Okay guys, I said I would do a garden update pretty soon, so I'm going to show you where we're at. This is my first bed here. I've got two little cucumber plants. Not doing too bad. I have peas planted in that far square, and I'm going to plant peas here eventually too, but I'm not going to have them all ready at once. And then these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 broccoli plants. This one died. I think he got broken off. I have another one to put there to replace it. And then these are kale. I also lost one here, so there's still 5 little kale plants. They did look bigger, but they lost their first leaves, so they're looking a little small, but they're going strong. And I have these milk jugs here cut in half that I was using to cover them, especially the cucumbers, on the nights that it was getting really cold. Next bed is strawberries, and they actually are blossoming, some of them. I was surprised. I didn't know if they would blossom because I just transplanted them here a few weeks ago, but they're still going to come on this year. I have to get a net over them because not even so much for birds, but the dog will eat them. This is my bed for greens. These are, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's that Paris Island something. I think it's like a romaine lettuce. So I've got 4 per square foot. So we've got 3 there and 3 there. We lost one little one here. I suspect that someone plucked it. And if you can see in the middle, there's 9 little spinach plants. And then in these squares all around it, I have spinach seeds planted. So we'll have some ready at different times. And here I put, I think it's pronounced Mizuna. It's a green. I got a free sample of those seeds. So I put those in there. And then more spinach. And then I believe spinach, Mizuna again. So that's that. There's nothing in the greenhouse right now except at night. This bed has not been filled with soil yet. And so I have what's left of my plants I started. This is that lettuce. So I have more lettuce here, more kale. My little delphinium flowers are still growing. They're still small. Spinach, a few of them are left. I picked up the biggest ones, so these are kind of the stragglers. My columbine flowers finally sprouted. It took forever, and then they really aren't growing very fast, but I guess perennial, they probably take a little longer. And then my tomatoes, I repotted into these cups. These are like the milk cups from the calf milk. So they're not doing too bad. They're still small. You can really focus on that, but they're still small, but they're straight and they're sturdy, which is a lot better than when I've grown them under lights. Even when I put the lights very close to them, it seemed like they always got very long and stringy looking. So I'm really happy with them, and they still have a few more weeks to grow before I'll probably plant them out. So I've started bottom watering, which seems to help a lot. I realized when I had them in the other trays before I repotted them that my tray was sitting crooked, so that's why like certain parts of the tray were not growing as well as others, because they were getting dried out. And I don't know what effect iron has on plants. I probably should Google that because this pan is getting really rusty. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but if anybody knows, fill me in. So these 3 beds still have to be filled. So I've got some composted manure there, and then I've got vermiculite and peat moss over there, and you mix it 3 equal parts to fill the bed. So still have to work on that. My potatoes are doing good. When I cut the potatoes up to let them sprout, some of them got moldy, and I've never had them get moldy before in any other year. So I don't know if that's why some of them aren't growing. Like this pot probably had 5 or 6 pieces put in it, and only one is growing. So some of them I might fill in with more potato pieces, or I might just let it go. I don't know. This end really didn't do very well. But we've got a lot going in the other pots. So that's this end. I've got it all mulched. It's been really nice not to have to weed back. And then over here is where I haven't mulched yet. I have to do that part. And then this middle part of the garden, I have to rake and then rake it and rototill it. And this is where I'm going to put my sweet corn, somewhere in the middle here. So I haven't been in a rush to do that. Down here is what I've been working on today. So I weed whacked really well under that fence, mulched all around the edge. This is our asparagus. We have more to harvest today. We've been harvesting it, and Kent has been, say hi. Hi. We've been harvesting it, and he's been weighing it and doing the math to figure out, you know, how much asparagus we have, take off the way to the bowl, how much asparagus have we harvested total this year. So it's been a really good math project for him. So everywhere that the mulch is wet is where I just added today. Just a minute, buddy. These are my blueberry plants I got in, and I'll have room for 2 more here. So you can barely see them. These 2 I might end up returning. I think Walmart has a 1-year guarantee. I wouldn't be worried about it if it was supposed to be dormant, but it wasn't. It was green and it had leaves, and now it doesn't. So I'm not convinced that it's gonna live. This is a Patriot. This one the same way. It's looking pretty sad here, so I might take that one back. This is a Blu-ray. I just folded these bags and stuck a stake in them to keep it in case I have to return them, and so I'll know what kind. And I also wrote down what kind and when we planted them. These ones are doing better. These were potted, also at Walmart. They were only $5. And this is an Elliott. So, and then this one, where did I put it? I put part of the pot under here. This is a Duke. Yep, right there, Duke. So I also just staked that down. So I thought that was a good way to keep track of it in case I lose my paper or whatever. And then this one's already got little berries on it. So these 2 are doing really well. I should have brought more of the potted ones, but I was trying to get different varieties. And I just put the tomato cages on them to see if I could keep certain people from running over them with their truck. You know what I mean? So Kent is filling this in. I had weed back here. He's working hard hauling mulch. This is our rhubarb. We've been harvesting and weighing that too. So the asparagus, and then right in here where it's still grassy, have to rototill. We have raspberry plants to go in a row here, and there'll be a space in our grapevines right here. You can see their leaves are opening up. And then I'll show you the fruit trees. These rocks I'm going to weed whack around and mulch really well. I got all this mulch given to us. It was great, so I'm going to use some of it here. And then we have our fruit trees. Out here we planted 1, 2, 3, and then we'll put a 3rd one over there when we get one. And so I have the hose out here. I've been watering them. We have, I think, 2 apple. We added 1 peach because we already had a peach. And then we added 2 pear trees. And they're doing really well. I didn't wrap them or anything when the cold nights came because I didn't really care if they blossomed this year. So I don't think it really quite got that cold anyways. And they're doing really well. And our other peach tree is way down there. You can kind of see it. So that's all there is right now. I have mulch to put around these, and I'm gonna put wooden boxes like my garden beds around them. I measured out before I planted them so that it'll be a good distance between them to fit the mower efficiently. So I shouldn't have to go round and round in circles to mow around them, hopefully. All right, if you have any questions, I'll try to help. I'm still learning, obviously. And if you have any thoughts on any of the things I mentioned, any tips before I plant my raspberries or anything like that, I'm all ears.